maybe. How's this, you guys? Can you see this better? Everybody? On Zoom, can you see this full screen?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. Here's the plan, Stan. Okay, I have a bunch of theorems that we need to talk about, okay? If a line parallel to one side of a triangle, parallel, intersects the other two sides, so I have this line that intersects parallel lines, then it divides the sides proportionally. Like AM would be 3 and MB would be 6. It would be divided proportionally. Corollary, like an add-on, something more. If I had 3 parallel lines cut by a transversal, then I would have proportions similar, like that would be 2, and this one could be 4. And this could be 2, and this could be 4. See how that works? So they're proportional. Parallel lines are divided proportionally. The sides are split. That's why they call it like a side splitter, because I'm splitting the sides. And this one isn't necessarily a triangle, it's just parallel lines. If the parallel lines continued on, they would end up hitting, right? Triangle angle bisector theorem. If a ray, XV, bisects an angle, so this is congruent to this, they're bisected. Then it divides the opposite sides into segments whose lengths are proportional. So like this is 4 and this is maybe 8. So proportional. They don't always have to be double. I'm just purposely making them double just for ease, so your brain is like thinking it's easy. It divides the opposite sides into segments whose lengths are proportional to the lengths of the other two sides. So this one could be like 5 and this one could be like 10. I'm making everything double just to make your brain like easy, right? Okay, moving on. I'm going to do example 1. I really think that drawing 2 triangles, that's what I used to do when I was in geometry. And I'm going to tell you, I think I've already told you this, I had to take geometry twice. Because I got a C the first time and my mom freaked out. And I had to take it again in summer school. Because a C was not okay in my house. So I had to take geometry twice to improve my grade. Geometry did not come easy to me. So that's why I'm trying to make it the easiest I can for when you teach. So small triangle, big triangle. This is 9 and this is 12. Okay? I do not know if they're right triangles or not. That was not told to me. I cannot assume that. However, this long side is 9 plus 12. That was bad. Right? 21. This is how long? Tell me, how long is this whole thing?
X plus 12.
Good job. I'm going to put 12 plus x because that's the order it goes in. Do you think that now you can create a proportion? I went up to the board to stand up to the board, but nobody can see me, except for you guys. Do you think that you can make a proportion? You can go bottom over bottom. equals hypotenuse over hypotenuse. Or you could go, it's really not the hypotenuse, isn't it? It's not a right angle. I don't know that for sure. 12 over 9, 12 plus x over 21. Whatever you want to do, you need to stay consistent, okay? I'm gonna actually do it both ways throughout this whole worksheet, okay? Because some of your brains are gonna like one thing and some of your brains are gonna like another. For this example 1, I'm gonna go each triangle in its own fraction. 12 over 9 equals 12 plus x over 21. Then I'm going to cross multiply, and I'm going to do 12 times 21. 12 times 20 is 240 plus another 12, 252. Is it 252? 252, you guys? I just did it in my head, but yes, no, maybe so? Nobody can help me?
It is 252.
I'm on my own, thank you. Okay. So, then I'm going to do um, 9 times 12 is 108 plus 9x. Wow, this is way too small. Subtract 108 from both sides. X equals 16. Okay, number 2. The small triangle and big triangle. If the whole side is 28 and 12 of it is taken up, what's CD? The whole thing is 28, 12 of it's taken up.
16.
16. Do you guys now see how you can make a proportion? Now I'm not going to do triangle over triangle. I'm going to do left side over left side. 16 over 12. I always go small to big too. That's just my thing. Small triangle over big triangle. 16 over 28 equals x over x plus 18. So you need to write small. 28x equals 16x, because we're distributive property, right? If I'm going too fast for somebody, no, you need to be able to do distributive property without my help, like for sure. I'm not going to be nice about that. That's no. That's like 6th grade stuff. You need to know that 16 gets multiplied by x and 16 gets multiplied by 18. I'm not going to be like, yeah. Okay, subtract 16x both sides. 1, 2. 12x equals 288. Hey, 288, half of it is 144. Did you see that? Half of 288 is 144, and 12 goes into 144 10 times. So 12 goes into 288, how many times? I could do this in my head, like, don't rely on calculator.
24.
12 goes, 12, 12, 24, yep. 288 divided by 12. Have your calculator handy if computation is difficult for you, which is fine. Some people's brains just can't do numbers in their head, and that's totally fine, and it's very common. So it doesn't mean that you're not as smart, it just means that you need the help of a calculator. And guess what? When you graduate high school, you're gonna be using a calculator. You're not gonna be doing Mrs. Grant's tricks in your head. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? All right. This one's easier, parallel lines, because I'm just gonna compare directly what I see. I'm just gonna compare 21 over x equals 12 over 16. The sides are proportional. Do the math on your own. $336 equals 12x. Then divide both sides by 12, right? Does this seem okay so far? This is better than geometric mean, isn't it? I hope so. Okay, we're doing good on time. Yeah. This whole base, this whole bottom is 21. X of it is taken up. How do I write this missing piece where my pencil is right now? How do I write that? If the whole thing is 21 and X of it is taken up.
21 minus x.
Good job. 21, and that's something that's also hard for people to see. It's not x plus 21, it's 21 minus x. Okay, here's how you do this. It may be facing a different direction, but I'm still going to do, like, let's do the top first, right? 8 over 6 equals 21 minus x over x. Distributed property, cross multiply. You've got to do 6 times 21. Add 6x to both sides. I don't know, does 14 go into 126? Do you guys have your 14s memorized?
No.
So this is 9. And this is 21 minus 9. 12. Right? And if you want to check your work, because checking your work is always super wise, you can say, does 8 over 6 equal 12 over 9? Is that proportion equal? Is that 4/3? Yep, it is. The proportion is the same. But obviously, these are the answers that we're really looking for, because it just says, find B. Find B, 12. Find A. Sorry about this A business. I'm gonna turn the page, are we good? Nope. That's the back side of the homework. Sorry, my photocopies were all messed up. Okay. Using angle bisectors. Remember angle bisectors, let's review it again. If an angle is bisected, its opposite sides are proportional and the other two sides are proportional. If an angle is bisected, its opposite sides are proportional and then the other two parts of the triangle are proportional. Using angle bisectors. Okay. I'm going to assume, and yes, this is the only angle that's bisected, that this angle and this angle are congruent. Okay. It's the 8 and the 14 that are going to be congruent. Eight or proportional, not congruent. 8 over 14. 8 over 14 is proportional to x over 35. That's how you set it up. Do it yourself without my help. Go. Use your calculators. You have them for a reason. What'd you get? Someone in class. Did you do it? There's no escaping. I know you're here. What'd you get when you cross multiplied? Use your calculator. Yeah. 20. Thank you, sir. William, right? Yep. So 20. All right, 6. This angle is bisected. Right? So it is, this whole side is 40. 12 of it is taken up. How much is left? 40, take away 12.
28.
28. So here's my proportion. The opposite sides of the angle, right? 28 over 12. So write down 28 over 12. Equals what over what? 28 over 12 equals what over what?
X over 15.
Yep, because you stay within the same side, like 28 and x, they're along the same triangle. Cross multiply. Go ahead. Coolio. Someone on Zoom, tell me.
Twelve x equals 420.
Okay,
X equals 35.
yep. All right, good. Moving on. Triangle mid-segment theorem. Okay, these numbers are really small, but you all have the paper in front of you or the digital copy on Cami or whatever it is. Okay. If a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, that means that the sides of the triangle are congruent. They're cut in half, midpoints. But the other side also has congruent sides. Then I'm going to say that DG is congruent to GE. EH is congruent to FH. Then the segment parallel to the third side is half as long. The middle, mid, remember when we did trapezoids and we had to add up base 1 and base 2 and cut it in half? And that was called the mid segment. Well, this one, the mid segment is half. The middle line of the triangle is half the size. So GH, okay, remember, you put the fraction 1/2 with the longer side. I say the long side is cut in half, and that's the middle line. So the 1/2 goes with the long side because you're cutting the long side in half to get the middle line. Okay, so let's try number 1. The 1/2 goes with the long side. That means the 1/2 goes with x plus 5. 2x minus 14 equals 1/2 of the long side. One half goes with the long side. Distributed property, or if you want to clear the fraction and you don't want fractions, you can multiply everything by 2/1 to clear the fraction. Let's do algebra. Let's not distribute. Let's be all, in algebra 2, this is what we do. 2/1, 14 times 2, 2 times 2. The parentheses is protected, so you do not touch the parentheses. Parentheses are protected. Protected. 4x minus 28 equals nothing. If you want me to be all like professional about it, I'll do 1 times the quantity x plus 5, but that's unnecessary. Okay? All right, and solve this two-step equation. Okay, what's the answer?
That's
X equals 11.
Equals 11. Good, we're almost done, guys, which is good because I'm really running out of time today. Okay. How are you gonna do this? You have a couple triangles here. MAD. Here's MAD. JK is the bisector. MD is the long side. The 1/2 goes with the long side. So let's now compare JH equals, ready? JH. Look at this triangle. This is JH. JH, see this? Here's JH. JH is the bisector. AD is the long side. So that means that I'm going to do JH equals, and you can just copy off me, 1/2 of AD. JH equals 1/2 of AD. And AD equals 2 times JH. So I'm writing statements to show how the sides compare, how the bisector compares to the base. Now I'm going to compare MD and JK. JK is the bisector. I put 1/2. MD is double 2 times JK. Whereas JK is 1/2 MD. So this is you just practicing which is longer, which is shorter. Where do I put the 1/2? Where do I put the 2? Because that's always like the struggle, you know? So the next thing we're going to do is JA. JA. Oh, you know what, you guys? This is a parallelogram. I'm going to say that JA is equal to HK. This doesn't relate to triangles at all. And that HK equals JA. So this is just a little like talking about parallelograms, which is random, I know. Okay. So now I'm going to stop the recording. Your homework